Sometimes in life, your body will just completely turn on you, causing brain dysfunction or just crazy things to happen. Today we're talking about some disorders that have profound disruptions on your perception, cognition, bodily control, and they can just really affect your sense of reality or just your body integrity in general. These are the most disturbing disorders that can happen to your body. People with clutter delusion believe that they're dead, decaying or missing vital organs, or they just don't exist at all. In extreme cases of this disorder, sufferers may refuse to eat as they just believe that they don't need it anymore. The delusion itself can lead to a complete detachment of reality. Imagine thinking that you're dead while you're still alive. It's a complete existential nightmare and fundamentally alters your identity and relationship to all of the world. It can also lead to life-threatening neglect or your personal needs, especially if you're not eating or taking care of yourself at all. People with Capgras syndrome believe that someone close to them, like your spouse, brother, sister, mother, family member, anybody, has been replaced by an imposter. It could also extend to things like pets. The condition disrupts relationships to their very, very core. The person's loved ones or suddenly someone else are just complete strangers altogether in their mind. It could lead to intense fear, paranoia, and isolation as they're trying to get away from this person because they don't believe that it's them. Losing trust in the people around you is deeply unsettling, and it can result in severe emotional distress and sometimes even violence. FFI is rare. It's a genetic neurodegenerative disorder that affects the thalamus. It's a part of the brain that helps for sleep regulation. People with this condition progressively lose the ability to sleep, which eventually leads to your death after months or years. Since sleep is so essential for survival, FFI robs a person of this basic function. The gradual and inevitable deterioration of both your mind and your body due to sleeplessness can result in terrifying hallucinations, confusion, and loss of motor control before you die. There is no cure, and the slow progression towards death adds to the horror, so it would be just a very slow and painful death from not sleeping while hallucinating. Alien hand syndrome is a rare neurological condition where the person loses control of one of their hands. It seems to act independently. The hand may perform tasks that a person doesn't intend to or is unaware of, such as grabbing objects or hitting. Imagine having no control over that part of your own body. It's as though an external force is controlling your hand completely, creating a dissonance between your mind and your body. This loss of control over one's actions is so deeply disturbing and can lead to feelings of helplessness, confusion, and anxiety. Exploding head syndrome, which is something that I've experienced once or twice in my life, is parasomnia, which is a sleep disorder. It causes a loud, imagined noise such as explosion, gunshots, or crashing sounds just as a person is falling asleep or waking up. It's harmless in a physical sense. The sudden, unexpected sensation of a loud noise is terrifying and jarring, especially because it happens in the vulnerable transition between when you're awake and you're asleep. It can also induce fear, anxiety, and even panic, as sometimes the person is not able to tell whether it's real or fake. Several of these cases, like alien hand syndrome, fatal familiar syndrome, they involve losing control of your body functions and essential aspects of reality, and it could just make people feel powerless. The disorders like clutter delusion or the Capgras syndrome, exploding head syndrome as well, it warps your person's perception of reality. It creates emotional distress and confusion. These disorders have been known to cause people to isolate from loved ones and just society in general, just due to either the distrust fostered by the disorder or because the experience is just so strange they have no way to explain it to anybody. Conditions like the clutter delusion or the fatal familiar insomnia pose direct threats to a person's self of survival. Believing that you're dead or knowing that sleep deprivation will eventually kill you are just deeply unsettling.